if the live streaming is happening?
Yeah, happening.
Yeah.
You are such a genius, Yogeshwari. Okay. Okay. So now what I will do is security. Okay, yes. Shared screen access is on and chat option is also on. So I'll just request everybody to attend. Meanwhile, Mansi ma'am, I'm also making you the co-host in case. Can you put the message out in all the groups that everybody please join? Speak, SAG and everything. Okay. Okay. I'm making Rajeshwari ma'am the host and Uma ma'am, you can start. No, sorry. Rajeshwari ma'am, you can start at sharp 6 o'clock. Okay. Make host. Yeah.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, and I am the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to our 181st meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. I see all the guests here wondering what is going to happen in this today's meeting. So just before starting the meeting, I would like to mention three ground rules, which are: first one, please turn off your mobile phones and put them on silent mode. Second one, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Further, third one is please do not cross talk while the meeting is going on. And even if you're moving about in the videos, please close your videos during those times. And today, the very interesting theme, planting the seeds by TMOD Mansi. I'm very eager and excited to uh, listen to what she says today and how she conducts upon this theme. Before that, I would like to welcome our president, Dr. Surya. So, Toastmaster Surya, over to you.
Good evening. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, people. Please.
Voice is
Yes,
breaking.
am I audible and
Voice is
visible? No?
not visible. Voice is
Okay,
breaking.
okay. Okay, now is it better? Yes. Not visible.
Yeah,
Okay,
little
wait,
better,
just
little
one
better.
moment. Okay. This is the best.
Yeah.
This is the best option that I can give. Now am I audible and visible clearly?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good evening.
Not
Good
visible.
evening, one and okay. Good evening, one and all. My name is Dr. Sridhi Mazumdar, the presiding officer of the day. There's a power cut in the entire area, hence I am connected in this manner. So pardon my unprofessionalism. Good evening, one and all. First thing I'll do is I'll bang the gavel with one hand. Consider this as a hammer. I will officially begin the 181st meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. Now, 181, this is a very, very magical number because our club has been able to achieve a lot of amazing things. And I'm gonna announce a few of them. The first, tomorrow, two of our members, myself and Yogeshwari, are representing the club in the district contest. Myself in the table topics contest and Toastmaster Yogeshwari in the international speech contest. We are planning to bring two district trophies home in our family itself. Number two, Toastmaster Partha will be completing his level 5. Before that, Toastmaster Uma ma'am and Toastmaster Rajeshwari ma'am have completed their respective pathways. Congratulations to all of you. Then the next news, of course, we are a President's Distinguished Club. So super amazing about that. At the end of probably July first week or second week, we are going to be having a very, very special meeting because Speak Magic Toastmasters Club is going to get two more distinguished Toastmasters. More about it in the days to come. Well, that's pretty much about the club. But right now, let's get on with the guest's introduction. So, yeah, another very important news I forgot. Toastmaster Nitya has joined our club as a Toastmaster finally. I mean, she's associated, like, I mean, she's got a membership in BJTC, but she's going to be here, of course, for sure. So let's give it up for Toastmaster Nitya. Thank you so much for making this decision. Now let's get on with the guest requesting them to really share their introductions to us. The first is Geetanjali ma'am. Geetanjali ma'am, if you can unmute and if you can tell us a brief about yourself and also where did you get to know about Toastmasters and what are your expectations from today's meeting? Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. Wait for a minute. Can everyone listen to me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are loud and clear. Ma'am, you are on mute.
I don't know, sir, what is happening here. Am I unmute
Okay.
now?
Yes. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, sir. My name is Gitanjali Jindal, and I'm from Ambala, Haryana. I am postgraduate in English, but my speaking is not that good, and especially communication skills are, I think I want to improve my communication skills. That's why someone told me about Toastmasters Club. So we are three friends here, Shilpa, Govind and me. We three are joining. We try to find out if we meet what we want here. We expect that our motive will be fulfilled by joining Toastmasters. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing. I mean, this is the best place where you can improve your communication, get to meet so many amazing people, become better in your personal as well as professional life. We are so blessed to have you, and I'm sure table topics are in order for you. Okay. Next, let's hear it from Shilpa, ma'am. Shilpa, ma'am, if you're here, you can unmute and turn on your camera and tell us a brief about yourself, and also what are your expectations from today's meeting. Over.
Yeah, hi there. Good evening, all. My name is Shilpa. I'm a homemaker and I belong to Kolkata. And I just want to strengthen my communication skill. And I feel that this is the platform where I can do this job from here. That's it. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, and pardon me for being a little nostalgic, but খুব ভালো লাগছে একজন বাঙালিকে দেখে. It feels good to have a Bengali in the house. Shilpa ma'am, super blessed, and I'm sure table topics are in store. Okay, we also have a very dear person again from.
I want to, sorry to interrupt you, sir, but I think last Friday I joined your session, and there I saw, I think everyone was telling you Suryadev, but in Bengali we call you, means the name pronounced is like Shurjodeep. So yeah, you are a Bengali, and I'm very delighted to to get you guys. Thank you.
You've just sprinkled a lot of nostalgia again with that. Thank you so much, Shilpa ma'am. Okay. We also have a very, very dear fellow family member, all the way from Speak and Grow family as well, Toastmaster Ranvijay Singh, who is joining us from Delhi Junction Toastmasters. Wait, Delhi Junction, yeah. So Ranvijay sir, if you can give us a little bit brief about yourself and also what are your expectations from today's meeting?
Yeah, thank you, Suryadeep.
Yes,
yeah,
sir,
my name is
ahead.
Ranvijay Singh, and I'm a software engineer by profession. I am active member of Delhi Junction Toastmaster. I have joined here as a guest to learn a bit every day, and that's what I believe in. Learning from others, the way we learn and grow together. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ranvijay sir. Well, the beauty about whether it's Delhi Junction, whether it's Speak Magic, whether it's Sprouts, is that you join a club and you get to hop into other clubs as well. Super, super blessed. Okay. So now that being said, let's invite another fellow Delhi Junction member as the Toastmaster of the evening. This is the person who facilitates the entire meeting. And today we have a very, very special Delhi Junction member and also fellow Speak and Grow member as the Toastmaster of the evening. Now I won't tell you much about her. I can only tell you this. The first time when I saw her, witnessed her magic, was when she performed a phenomenally breathtaking dance in one of the Speak and Grow activities. The next week, she again surprised us with a sensational and delightful song that touched our soul. Uma ma'am will be here, and she was also there in that meeting, so I'm sure she will also agree with me how magical it was. Well, the very divine, the very sensational. Let's welcome with a huge, thunderous round of applause, the Toastmaster of the evening, all the way from Delhi Junction Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Mansi, as the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Suryadev, for such a wonderful and delightful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, it's my pleasure to serve as TMOD, that is Toastmaster of the Day. I'll be hosting today's meeting. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the 181st meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. Now, if I look back and try to reflect on my journey as Toastmaster, what have I learned? It gave me a lot. I learned a lot from Toastmasters. Every role, I started with timer role, whether it could be timer, accountant, game master, grammarian, speaker, evaluator. And today I'm playing a role of PMOD. Each and every role taught me so much. Even for today's role, as I was learning something, as I was finding something, some information on theme of the day, it actually uplifted my knowledge. So before introducing the theme of the day, let me explain the agenda of today's meeting. Let me explain how the Toastmasters session is conducted. Any Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 parts. For the benefit of the guests, of everyone, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members prepare, practice, and they'll be delivering the speeches based on the topics, based on the parts that they have chosen. The second part of the session is fun-filled table topics round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. The round is also known as the impromptu speech session. Guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. If you some disturbance, yeah. So the third round is the most important, that is evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as the aspects of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator and their team. And her team, today's general evaluator is Madam Toastmaster Rumana Chaj. So, well, with this note, let me introduce quickly today's theme, that is planting seeds. One of the greatest principles in life is the concept of sowing seeds. This concept teaches us that if we give something, we can receive something in return over a period of time. When you plant a seed or a plant or a young tree, you put it into the ground so that it will grow there. What happens when we plant a seed? Can anyone explain in a sentence or two, very quickly? Can anyone explain?
The seeds germinate when it finds the favorable conditions like climate and the soil and the weather, water. So if they find everything favorable, it germinates.
Very true. Anyone else has any other opinion? Well, it very well said, Toastmaster Run Vijay. It starts germinating. We can see small, tiny leaves, and then it starts growing, isn't it? At the same time, the roots grow downwards. They become very strong and they support the plant. Therefore, to grow any plant, seeding is required. If you don't seed, there will not be any plant. Now tell me one more thing. Has any of us watered the plant from the top? Never. We water the roots, and the root in turn helps to distributing this to the plant, isn't it? Let's connect this with ourselves, humans. There is a deep meaning behind this. We must plant the seed of good thought into our mind, and our mind is so powerful. It proliferates to all our body. So having good thoughts, giving good message to our mind is very important, so that in future it will build up as a huge plant, and in return we are going to benefit a lot. Now take an example of Toastmasters. Somewhere, someone at some time has given a thought, has planted a seed of public speaking. Over a period of more than 100 years, it has grown up so huge. International, there are so many international public speaking Toastmasters club. So more than 100 years back, someone has planted a seed of public speaking, and where we are now, we are taking the benefit of this. Isn't it so much important, planting a seed? Having said this, let me invite on the stage a very proficient, dynamic, gorgeous general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Uma Natraj. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Uma Natraj.
Thank you, TMOD, for that wonderful introduction. Today, I will be the GE for the meeting. They say that a general evaluator is the lifeline of a meeting. It helps develop leadership skills and also helps in improving the person's evaluation process. So today, I will be doing two roles. As a GE, I will be introducing my tag team who will be assisting me, timer, counter, and grammarian. And second one is to evaluate the whole meeting. So now I call upon the timer to introduce her role. Our timer today is Toastmaster Nitya. She is a writer by passion and an introvert for most part, she says. Reading is something she loves, as she hopes to get beautiful stories. So a very hearty welcome to Toastmaster Nitya. As a timer, please introduce yourself. Toastmaster Nitya, is she there? I think she's not here.
She's not there.
Okay. She had joined.
Yeah.
We will come back to her.
Yeah.
Okay. So next we have our counter. Today, our counter is our respected, beautiful ma'am, Dr. Rajeshwari. She is a homeopath by profession and a great public speaker. She has just completed her level 5 pathway of persuasive influence, and she has started a project called Gargar Homeopathy, which is her passion. So crutch words are words we use, some overuse of words while speaking, and she will let you know more about that. Over to you, Toastmaster Rajeshwari, as our counter. Please explain your role.
Yeah, I am the R counter today, along with playing the SA role. So I will be finding out the R, O, and ouches of today's speeches of every Toastmaster and guest here. So just keep in mind that do not use filler words as much as not possible, and also the R's and O's. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajeshwari. So grammar is the ground or base for communication. So just like a traffic signal tells us the rules, grammar also helps us in improving our fluency. So today we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Aurora, who is going to note the grammatical errors or the good usage, and he will be telling more about that to you. Over to Toastmaster Aurora, who is going to act as grammarian today. Even Toastmaster Aurora is not there. Both had joined.
Yeah.
Nitya has come back.
You can introduce Nitya till then.
Yeah. So I will give the podium to Toastmaster Nitya, who is acting as the timer. And she will be explaining her role. Over to Toastmaster Nitya. Are you there, Toastmaster Nitya? Is there a connectivity problem? So I will hand it over to TMOD and we will just wait. You can just, I will come back with my tag team when called upon and also to give my evaluation. Now I will hand it over to TMOD Mansi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Uma Natraj, and the tag team members for brilliantly explaining your roles. Toastmaster Uma Natraj is a spoken English trainer. She is a teacher by qualification. She is an IELTS certified coach too. She is an active Toastmaster. She believes that learning is a never-ending process and is of the opinion that knowledge shared is knowledge doubled. Her hobbies are reading books, connecting with people, and singing. Can we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Uma Natraj? I missed your introduction in the beginning, so it's my duty to introduce you, Dr. Toastmaster Uma. With this, now, as you all have briefed about the Toastmaster meeting, let me jump back to the question which I asked you all about planting the seed. Can anyone have any other opinion? Can you share your thoughts on this? Anyone who would like to share thoughts?
Yeah. Me.
Yes, Toastmaster.
You almost explained everything, how the favorable conditions, how the seed grows. But inherently, if the seed is healthy, it will have 99% capability to grow. So the inherent quality of the seed to be very healthy is very important and vital for its growth.
Amazing. It's such a beautiful interpretation you had. Thank you so much. Now, if we plant something in proper condition, we water it, feed it, then it grows. I still remember last month I had gone to native place and I bought some seeds. I just planted it in my garden, and within 10 days it started growing. Initially there were tiny 2 little leaves, and as weeks and days passed, it started growing. So planting a seed, why it is important? If you want to have some fruits, vegetable trees, you need to plant the seed. If you're not planting the seed, where will you get all these things? So there are few more explanation on this. By planting seeds, we lay the groundwork for something that can be developed and expand in future, not only for the plants. Now, if we want something in our children, if we want some good qualities in our children, we need to plant the seeds, isn't it? Then only when they grow, the plant, as they grow, the plant also will grow. One more, the explanation: to introduce an idea to someone with the intention of making them more likely to eventually support and agree with it. In office, we see many a times, unless we express ourselves, the person will not understand. Seeding is important. By involving the community in our plans, we hope to plant a seed for an event that will grow into a neighborhood tradition for years to come. It also says to do something that makes a process or feeling start to develop and something to happen in the future. I remember in my native place, when I was staying in native place, the coconut trees have been planted by grandfather, and the fruits and the benefit has been taken by the grandchildren. So somewhere is planting some seeds, and the benefit, we all are taking the benefit. So planting the seed in every aspect, it's important. So now we are going to have prepared speeches by our phenomenal speakers. So first in line, we have Toastmaster Satya, who will be attempting level 3 project 2 from the pathway effective coaching. To evaluate this speech, we have stunning Toastmaster Yogeshwari. Toastmaster Yogeshwari, I request you to please read out the speech objectives for Toastmaster Satya.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. I would like to keep my video off so that I'm clearly audible due to the power cut. Now, my target speaker is giving his speech from the Pathway Effective Coaching Project 2, Level 3. And the purpose of his speech is for the member to practice delivering social speeches in front of the club members. Timer, kindly note that the time limit is 3 to 4 minutes. And I hope our dear target speaker will deliver a fantastic speech which will inspire all of us. Thank you so much, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogeshwari, for providing speech objectives. Toastmaster Satya likes to be known as a friend, a father, and a son. He is working as a senior manager and mid-career coach. Now, with this, I invite Toastmaster Satya on the virtual podium. Toastmaster Satya, Papai on podium. Papai on podium, Toastmaster Satya. Please put your hands together to Toastmaster Satya to deliver her speech. Stage is yours.
There is a question in the start of this speech. I know everyone gone through a lot of childhood experience, and my childhood experiences are more with cartoons, animations. And one of my favorite character in my childhood, even today, is Popeye, the Sailor Man. And the introduction goes like this: Popeye the Sailor Man. Okay, what is the question? One question related to the character Popeye. What is the profession of Popeye, and what is the name of his girlfriend? I request ladies and gentlemen to unmute yourself and answer these two questions.
So Popeye is his profession is that of a sailor, and his girlfriend's name is Olive.
Wow. It's a sixer in a free hit. Okay, great. So I tried to have some Popeye-like muscle, but eventually failed. So I'm just removing this fake bicep of mine and coming to the point. We all are not speakers, orators, but we all can be unlucky. And on that very day, someone was not very lucky. Am I the one who is going to give the vote of the thanks in the final year get together? Yeah, you are the one. Now this person whose day starts with movie scenes and ends with a movie scene. But on the 11th hour, just before one night of the speech, he has been given this shocking news. Hello, friends, teachers. It's my privilege to get this opportunity to speak with you for our experiences in last 3 years in this college. I'll take this stage and explain my experience and maybe some of our experience in the 3 ways. Maybe your name is in the list from the top when you hold the ranking vertical, or the top when you hold the rank inverted, or somewhere in the middle. But when you have completed the journey, you must be happy. And I am happy. On the day one, it's a noon show, it's an afternoon show, but it's a horror movie. Right? Horror movie, how is it? When I entered to a hostel, it seems more like a parliament than a hostel. Parliament? Yeah. Lot of debates, never-ending debates. On debates on what? How to do ragging to freshers, how to bunk classes, and all these great deeds. And on day one, after having my dinner, they have offered me a teamwork lesson. How? My entire batch has sent to the ground for a preparatory work of cleaning the pebbles in the night in the February chilly winter month. And on only with your underwears. Why? They said hands-on experience brings a lot of value. Then you move to the second session. It's a romantic movie, and we all have given a partner to work with entire year. Now, my partner was wanting to be a great orator, but having such a stammering problem, and always he has some sticking of the gear lever in between his speech. But yes, he has also given me a way to think how not to laugh and consider your partners for his weakness along with his strength. And the last movie is nothing but is a experience where you find your teachers cheering for you for your success. They say the life is a journey. We are stuck and we have a destination, but who is with you in that journey really matters. So it's a great 3 years of my journey. What about you, my friends? And what about you, Toastmaster of the Day? Thank you.
Can we have a big round of applause for a wonderful speech by Toastmaster Satya? Thank you so much for giving live examples in the college ragging and everything. Now, let's invite our second speaker, Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya, who will be attempting Path Breaker project. And his pathway is effective coaching. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Suryadeep. I request you to please read out the speech objective. Over to you, Toastmaster Suryadeep.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. It feels as if yesterday when I had that first conversation with Partha sir regarding which pathway he's supposed to choose. Super blessed to have to be evaluating his Pathbreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on his or her journey while going through a particular pathway and share a few of them with us. Timer, please note the timing of the speech is 10 to 12 minutes. All the very best to the speaker. I would request everybody to kindly give a standing ovation once the speaker completes his speech. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suryadeep, providing the speech objective. With I would like to invite Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya on the virtual stage. Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya is by profession an engineer. By passion, he is a speaker, lifelong learner who loves to make friends, reading books, and listening. He has been mentored by Toastmaster Jeet Bhattacharya. Down the Toastmasters memory lane, Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya, stage is yours. All the best for your speech.
Hello, Toastmaster. What is this? It is toast bread, toast butter toast. I have heard about this. What is Toastmaster? Okay. It is public speaking platform. But I think I am not good in speaking English, so it's not the right time to join. Okay. Later on I'll thinking on it. No, sir, it's good. No. I don't think it's good. I'm not good enough to speaking. I think let me improve myself, and then I will join. No. I can't do it. It's not possible. I have a lot of issues. No, not possible. Sir, you try, you can do it. It's the right time to improve yourself. Okay, let me try. Dear Toastmaster and friends, I remember it was last year, June. It was conversation going with my dear Toastmaster, Dr. Suryadeep. He convinced me to join Toastmaster. At that time, I don't have any idea about Toastmaster. What is Toastmaster? Why I have to join it? And he asked me, if you want to improve your communication skill, if you want to improve your leadership skill, Toastmaster is a beautiful platform to do it. For being Toastmaster, it's not required to be a good speaker. It is a platform to improve it. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Suryadeep for giving me opportunity and show the path by which I transform my life. Everybody says that Toastmaster is a platform to improving your communication skill, leadership skill. But believe me, friends, it's more than that, for more than enough for me. It's the platform for transforming my life. Toastmaster give me a new life. There is a one boy who always sit the back seat in the class, always put himself hide in the meeting. In the professional world, he never ever want to speak in front of public. It's a very dear fear for him to express himself. This person now has the courage to speak in front of more than people, leading the meeting and lots of events. That only because possible of that Toastmaster. I am thanks to get this opportunity to join this Toastmaster. But the Toastmaster, after joining the Toastmaster, I was a bit confused. Which path do I have to choose? There are lots of ways to move on. Then Dr. Suryadev guided me. Partha sir, what do you want really in your life? Just connect it, just giving the synchronization. Then it's fine. I love to be passionate speaker, to inspire many people, connect to the different people from across the globe and try to coach them. So effective coaching is my right pathway to choose me to explore myself. I choose effective coaching. There is 5 levels to the Toastmaster. Each of the level is a one transformation step. The journey of 1,000 miles start with a single step, and by which these 5 steps help me to transform myself. I remember that day I giving my my first icebreaker speech. I explained on that day how a village student changed his life in spite of lots of trouble in his college life, the journey of my life. And that day, I first give my courage to express myself in front of the different public. I remember my second speech. I got the Best Speaker Award in the Chennai CPT Club for explaining my second speech on the evaluation for the research speech. It was based on NAC, Neuro Association Conditionings, and how we can get rid of different bad habits. I explain on that platform, and people appreciate me. I get little bit gradually. In the Toastmaster journey, I given speech across the globe. The Philippines Toastmaster Club, Kuwait Toastmaster Club, Japanese Toastmaster Club, and many more clubs. Toastmaster platform give me opportunity to lead as a TMOD and general border role and different supporting role. As a whole, it's explored myself in different many dimensions. I remember my first evaluation. I did a lot of mistakes. My mentor told me, Partha, there is many areas of improvement during the evaluation. You have to learn how to evaluate. You can't speak like that. You are not good enough on that. You have to appreciate him. And you have to tell there is an area of improvement. That way you have to evaluate. I learned the different basic steps of evaluation, commendation, recommendation, and summary. And it is not about the Toastmaster. In our personal life worlds, I always use the way of evaluation. When anybody asks me to say anything about his performance, it may be different platform, different things, but I use this same concept in our real life also. I remember my first international speech. It was with Toastmaster Club. I was scary. First time I was giving my speech. It was on my level 2 first speech about the leadership. I bring my real life incident. An accident happened in my factory and how I lead this condition to overcome this crisis. After my speech, all the people stand out and start clapping. It was a wonderful moment for me. I remember this moment in my down the memory lane. I selected best speaker on that day, on the remember moment of my life. In the second speech of the level 2, it was the communication style. I don't have any idea of the communication style. I don't know how to communicate better way. What is the really communication style I have? I go through the speeches. I came to know different communication style. I prepare my speech. It was not only the speech, it was a rediscovering myself. What is the real communication style and how can I make my communication much more impactful, connect to the audience heart? It was lots of learning for me. And third speech was mentoring. It was really life-changing speech for me because I given my life mentoring speech on the basis of my impact, my life of my mother. Every person life, mother is one of the great mentor. I know all of you agree with me. And I remember after completion my speech in the Calcutta Toastmaster, all appreciate the way I construct the speech and give my personal touch that connect each of the every soul of this meeting. In the third pathway, in third level, it was really challenging for me. I was giving my first speech in the Philippines Toastmaster Club, and the speech was make the agreement of the audience about any topic. It was really challenging when you throw a topic and you have to make the same opinion among the people, concisement. It was really challenging, but I did it. But it was little bit time exceeded. I remember I have learned from this point how I have to organize a perfect meeting. Every meeting having its own agenda and timeline. How I have to be accommodate all this meeting within the timeline. That is was one of the learning from this meeting. And second, his speech was on the basis of the storytelling. Today, I also remember I have given back-to-back 2 speeches in my own Toastmaster Club on the humorous speech. And I become the best speaker. I got the best speaker award back-to-back. It was a really, really amazing moment for me. Whenever my speech completed, or still also all my fellow Toastmaster and friends continue their laughing. It was a really, really amazing moment for me. And the level 4 project was about the coaching, how I discover myself as a coach. It's required a lot of brainstorming. I remember how I became the coach. I remember there are a lot of things I did, but I can't remember. I helped many people to discover his potential, to making the speeches. And there are many different ways I help the people. And that realized me, there is a coach inside me, but I'm not aware about. I have discovered a potential coach inside me. And another speech was regarding the storytelling, and that storytelling also connect the different people hearts. After that, this September month, last week, I not continuous in the Toastmaster. I give up hope that Toastmaster completion path is not possible for me because after changing the job, I have lots of responsibility. I didn't get the time freedom. I give up hope. But one day, just last 2 weeks back, I got the call from Rajeshwari ma'am. Partha, I am also the level 4. I have also completed level 4 along with women. Let's try. We 3 can complete level 5 at a time. We take a common project that do or let die. It is the medical emergency awareness project. We completed an event successfully, followed by a panel discussion about, regarding the medical emergency condition. We organize the event, we arrange the student, we make the guidance committee, all other stuff to organize this event beautifully. After that, we organized a panel discussion, and the way we completed our level 5. Dear friends, there are many takeaways in our life from the Toastmaster journey. I want to share all of you a few things. Number 1, break the barrier. I have realized I have put myself in the invisible barrier, the self-limiting belief. Toastmaster give me the power to break the barrier, to come out from it. Number 2, Toastmaster give me learning of the ABC of the public speaking. What public speaking is actually, how to communicate, how to connect with the audience. That all ABC I learned from the Toastmaster. Number 3, the active listening. Listening is very important. When you have to evaluate any speech, you have to listen carefully. Otherwise, you can't evaluate any speech. You have to. That I learned from the Toastmaster. Meeting management, how to manage the meeting, the learning I got from the Toastmaster within time separate. This is the basic 3-4 learning I got from the Toastmaster. Toastmaster is not a platform only for the improving public speaking and that leadership. It is also a platform for me for transforming life. That's from my side. I want to know your takeaways from the Toastmaster.
A big round of applause for a wonderful, amazing speech by Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya. Very well briefed about your journey in Toastmaster platform. It's very well connecting with us, actually. We all are going through, or some of you have gone through this in our Toastmaster journey. A big round of applause to you. The true meaning of life is to plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit, says Nelson Henderson. Do not expect while planting the seed. What is there in it for me? Do not expect. Now, I just want to share something with you all to give more weightage to this. Just listen to this song. Hope you are able to listen, hear this. No? Wait.
No.
Wait, give me a minute. I have not shared the sound.
But I know.
Now?
Now, let the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
When it grows, it grows.
Whatever dies will die.
And when it dies, it dies. Come on.
Works will
if it works, it works.
Whatever flies will
let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
Fails will fail.
When it fails, it fails.
What's meant to soar will soar.
When it soars, it soars.
I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
Let it grow, let it
whatever
grow.
Dies will die.
When it dies, it dies.
Whatever works will grow.
When it works, it works.
Whatever flies
yeah.
will fly.
Let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
Fails will fail.
If it fails, it fails.
What's meant to soar will soar.
Come on, let it soar.
I am planting seeds
and nothing more.
Without wasting much of our time, we will move on to our next interactive session, which is impromptu speeches. Please welcome our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Yogeshwari. She is a public speaking and accent coach, passionate about improving public speaking. Let's welcome Georgia's charming Toastmaster Yogeshwari. Stage is yours for table topic session.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Once again, I would just like to remind all of you that I won't be turning on my camera because I just wanted to keep my audio clear to all of you. Now, I'm the table topic master of the day. For the new members and the guest, what is table topics? Table topics is nothing but giving an impromptu speech. A topic will be given and the member or the guest have to give an impromptu speech for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now, a small tip before giving an impromptu speech, it is always advisable to take a 30-second window before starting the speech. Take a deep breath, understand the topic, and then start your speech. It is not necessary for you to begin the speech immediately after listening to the topic. Now, the timings are 1 to 2 minutes. Timer, kindly note, by the end of 1 minute, green card has to be flashed. By the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow card has to be flashed. And by the end of 2 minutes, red card has to be flashed. If any of this member or the guest is speaking more than 2 minutes 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. Hope I'm clear about the rules, and the opportunity will be given in this order. First, a Toastmaster will come forward and take up the topic so that we can set an example for the guest and the new members. Followed by that, all the guests can volunteer. Please drop your name in the chat box. I will pick the name according to the order that it appears. Hope we are all ready, guys. Let's have some fun. So the topic that I have today is completely crazy. Rule number 1, you have to make it more crazy. Make sure that you bring all the humor that you have in you. If you believe that you're not humorous, you do have that side, because I was also thinking like the same. We all have the humor part in us. Just tap into it, speak some crazy stuff so that we can make everyone laugh. That's the motto of today's table topics. Now, the first table topics will be given to the table topic queen, Madam Uma Natraj. Are you ready to take up the table topics?
Yes, Toastmaster Yogi.
Great. Your topic is, just give me a minute. Okay. All right. So your topic is, what is the best what is the most outdated piece of technology you are still regularly using? What is the most outdated piece of technology you are still regularly using? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Outdated piece of technology. We all are little hesitant to give up certain old things. And especially when you grow old, you don't want to change. You want to stick to the old things. And I had noticed it in my mother-in-law, and now I'm seeing it in me too. What is that which I'm not able to leave? I'm just rattling my brain to find out what is that which has stuck to me. Come on, brain, help me. I'm just asking my brain for a story, which will help me to tell what is that which I'm still not able to give up. I feel I'm not able to give up the diary writing habit. Nowadays, we have so many apps on the mobile to note down things. We can write down our thoughts on the mobile, but still I go to my diary, prepare a to-do list, and then I write that and then keep on ticking it in my diary only. I don't find out which app is useful to me. There are so many apps nowadays. Youngsters can help, and they will, you ask and help is there to tell you which apps will be there to put in notes. You can type it and there will be a reminder, calendar, everything. So many things are there, but still nothing like writing a diary and writing with your own handwriting, saying this is what I want to do today. And at the end of the day to go back and check to it. So this is my outdated habit, which I never want to give up. So I feel that diary writing, journaling always helps me to look back and see how much I have progressed. Even now I have my old diaries and I find it a pleasure to go back and see what I have written. So diary writing is the one outdated habit which I never want to give up. And I don't want to go into technology even now, even after knowing that there are apps which will help you. So what is your opinion? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uma Natraj. Don't worry, I am in your side because diary writing is something, journaling is something that I've been struggling to develop for so long, so many days. And recently, Dr. Suryadeep has enrolled me into a journaling course. Hope I will develop that. It will never be outdated. Thank you so much for the take on the topic. Now, let me invite some guests. Who would want to go next? Okay, we have guest Shilpa, guest Nitya ma'am is our new sister. We have guest Kavya. Okay, guest Ranvijay Singh. Guest Ranvijay Singh. Your topic is, what is the best pickup line you have ever heard? What is the best pickup line you have ever heard? Guest Ranjay Singh, over to you. Make it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogeshwari, for the topic. So, what is the best line which I have heard? The best line which I have heard is the word impossible says I am possible. The word impossible in itself says I am possible, and this has lots of insights. There are many times in our life when we feel during the course of action we do an activity and we get a failure or it's not done. We say very often, it's not possible, it won't be done by me. And that time, when we look back the word impossible, it says, I'm possible. And this was, I came to this, to know about this in college by one of the friend. When he was frankly saying, the word impossible has am possible, then why are you saying it's not possible? It was very funny to see the word itself has the answer for your question. And whenever I see things are not going my way, it's not going the way I wanted, I feel disheartened. But again, I remember it's possible. Let me try again. So it's worth going ahead and giving one more try rather than losing hope. It's always better to know why you started. There has to be a why, and we should stick to that till the end. So the word impossible says, I'm possible, and we should stick to it. Over to you, Postmaster Yogeshwari. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ranvijay. That was a sensational speech with a lot of inspiration. I second you. Yes, there is nothing impossible if you make it possible. Okay, so let me give the next opportunity to Toastmaster Satya, and then I would go for Toastmaster Nitya. So just the order. Now, Toastmaster Satya, topic is, if a movie was made of your life, if a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be? Who would play you? So here you have to pick up a star who will be playing your character in your life. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be? Would it be a rom-com or a comedy or a historic play? And who would play you? Toastmaster.
Yes. This is a movie which I get a lot of inspiration, and I have watched it so many times that I've stopped counting it. It's the movie Guru, and the lead character played by Abhishek Bachchan. It's the Indian dream, the American dream version of mine. And why this is so near to my heart, because it gives you a hope, a trust that yes, we all are born someone and somebody, but it's our choice, our commitment, and our perseverance through which we can be someone worth and someone who can be a legend, not just for him, but for many, many, even after his death. The kind of empire he has built, the role Guru and the character Dhirubhai Ambani's, he has a very, very humble beginning. Whatever principle he has accumulated for his business was from a small time job. But he was a dreamer. And the dream he has seen, he has the guts and the will to materialize it. Yes, journeys are always difficult. But when the commitment, the passion is that hard, you will find people. You will find your team, your masterclass, and make that dream a reality. Not just for you, but for everyone for years to come. So that's my story. Thank you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Satya. That was an inspiring speech. Yes, even I would love to have my story as a kind of an Ambani's lifestyle, with a lot of richness, so that I can do whatever I want. That's what. Okay, so now let's go to our next speaker, Toastmaster Nitya. Toastmaster Nitya, your topic is: if you were left on a deserted island. Okay. If you were left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which one would you choose and why? So just to explain the topic, there's no one, you are in the deserted island and someone is...
I think I lost your connection. Hello? Hello?
We too can hear.
I know.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah. Please tell.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so it's either my worst enemy or nobody on a deserted island, right?
Yes.
And let me just put
so
the
which
timer.
one do you choose and why?
Okay, let me just put on the timer first and start. So that yeah. So this is a really interesting topic. If I were to be marooned on an island and left with nothing to fend for, I think I would prefer having my worst enemy around than being alone. I mean, COVID has taught me. I mean, I was earlier a person who really preferred my alone time, treasured it, and like being being by myself and to myself for a long time. But COVID taught me that human interaction is very important, else you turn mad. I mean, look, there are endless possibilities if we were to look at the thought of spending time with an enemy, because at the end of the day you can bicker, quarrel, plan, plot, do so many things with that person instead of going mad and crazy on a deserted island. Even the enemy, you could just fight the enemy, you could punch him, you could kick him. There are just so many violent things to do. You can shout at the person, you can hurl abuses. There are just so many other things to do. And there is this thing with human relationships where you can never be an enemy forever. Who knows whether the whole prospect of being on the island might end up bringing the enemy and you close. So to sum it up, I would prefer being with my worst enemy on the deserted island than being alone. Thank you.
Toastmaster Nitya, that was a great choice, because at least we need to have someone to fight, even if we don't have anyone to love. So that's a great choice, and I would also go for it. Now, our next speaker is Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata. Are you there? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, great. So, Toastmaster Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata, your topic is assumption you made went hilariously wrong. What assumption you made went hilariously wrong?
Sorry, the earlier part, I couldn't hear that. Can you repeat, please?
She said, what example you have chosen which went hilariously wrong?
I didn't get you, sorry.
Just
Ma'am, yeah. I think seriously for so I'm just getting logged out automatically. Am I audible?
No. Getting hilariously laughed at due to?
Wrong.
Okay.
So what assumptions you made went hilariously wrong?
Okay. Well, I have to think about it. There are very few examples which I could just recollect, maybe in my childhood or maybe something. Yeah, I could recollect one incident in my childhood where I was thinking that a divine deity figure, the photograph was kept at the near the window, near the ventilator above, and I was alone at the house, and while sitting there on the sofa, I was just thinking that I'm feeling hungry and I want something to eat, and there was nothing to eat at that time. And I was just wondering and looking here and there, and suddenly a biscuit packet fell down. And look at my face. I was just surprised and shocked, and I said, "Oh my God, where did this biscuit packet come from? Is that deity who is in the picture given me this?" Because there were lots of stories told to me during that time about the miracles, about the things which, like Krishna stories and many other Mirabai stories, Shakundala stories, that God comes and immediately gives you all those blessings and gifts to you. And I just was thinking upon those lines. And when my mom came, she said that my brother was playing on the terrace and he put that biscuit packet from the ventilator inside to see what will be my impression. And that's how everybody laughed in the evening about this thing when I told them all about the story. That's it about the hilarious moment and my assumptions. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata. That was a fabulous story you told us. It reminds me of my childhood as well and my innocence. Now let's move to our next speaker. I think our guest Shahul Hamid has raised his hand. Sir, are you ready to take up a topic?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, great. So your topic is, what is the weirdest way you have met someone? What is the weirdest way you have met someone? Over to you.
Wow. So this world is full of surprises, and we always meet very interesting people in many ways. Sometimes we meet the best of our friends in train station when we are taking a train. Sometimes we get to meet our folks across the aisle in the airport. But one of the weirdest meeting that I have ever had happened when I visited for a conference. But the meeting did not happen at the conference hall, but it happened when we are out for a ride as part of the engagement activities. And it so happened that the other person was there for a different reason, doing this different engagement activity. And we never knew that we each other would meet that day. Interestingly, it so happened that when I was kind of blindfolded and was asked to kind of throw a stick around a pot as part of that activity, I went and hit this person with that stick, and then realized that this was a person that I had kind of interacted about 20 years earlier, and this person was there on a different for a different reason. So instead of hitting the golden pot, I hit on the head of my friend, which happened to give me a golden memory of the past and a good friendship for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Shaul. We really cherish your memories as well. It's amazing to listen to your story. Now, just because I got logged out and logged in, I missed the order of speaker nomination. Guest Kavya, would you like to go next? Or do we have any other volunteer? Guest Kavya, are you there? So until we get back to her, do we have any other volunteer? Okay. Do we have any other volunteer? Toastmaster Anu, Toastmaster Anupam. We have even our TMOD and Toastmaster Partha Patacharya. Would any of you want to go? I think we can go for 2 more topics before we end.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm traveling.
Okay.
May not be able to.
Okay, that's okay. So Toastmaster Partha Patacharya, are you ready to take up a topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, great. Your topic is, have you ever been told you look like someone famous? Have you ever been told you look like someone famous? If yes, who was it? Whom do you look like? Over to you.
I remember I went my material uncle house after 6-7 years after completion my college days. When I went back, many people, not direct relation with my blood relation, they came to meet me and they want to know who I am exactly. And then some of them told me, you are quite similar to the Ranbir Kapoor. What? I'm quite similar. Looks like Ranbir Kapoor. But I think it was just giving me the just praising me, told me. And at that time, I was not so fan of Ranbir Kapoor because I was in my college days, and that period I was not so much taking idol of the any Bollywood star or like that. I was fan of Sachin. I was fan of Virendra Sehwag. So when anybody told me, compared me, I am looks like some Bollywood star, they expect that I will be so glad and some I will be so happy. But I'm why you are saying me I am looks like Ranbir Kapoor? You can told me that any cricketer and I'm looks like someone else. I'm looks like Yuvraj Singh or someone else. I will be so much happy. It was one of the moment I remember that it's a very funny moment for me. And this incident reminded me just now, and I'm sharing with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Partha Patacharya. That was a lovely story. And I really loved the way you expressed it. You doesn't want to look like any Bollywood stars. Rather, you would prefer to be a cricketer. I really love your passion towards cricket. Now let's move to one last speaker. Do we have anyone? One last speaker before I hand over the stage.
Ma'am, I'm interested.
Do we have Toastmaster? Okay, great. Toastmaster Anu,
Ma'am,
your
please
topic
give me a
is.
minute. Just a minute. I just want to wash my hands. If you.
Yeah, you can take your time.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. Take your time and come back. Before that, we can go for one more speaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kavya
Do
is
we
there.
have Kavya?
Yeah,
Guest
Kavya is
Kavya? Yeah. Okay. Is she there, ma'am?
Yeah, Kavya is there. Kavya Amulu.
Yeah, but there's no response.
Yeah.
Okay. So our dear Toastmaster of the day, would you want to go for a topic, ma'am? Toastmaster Mansi?
I will try, Toastmaster Yogeshwari.
Great. Your topic is, if you were given an option to rename yourself, what name would you pick? If you were given an option to rename yourself, what name would you pick and why?
Thank you so much. This is an amazing topic, Toastmaster Yogeshwari. I still remember when I got married, and it was a tradition, it was a culture that I had to change my name. My husband, even though he didn't want to change my name, my in-laws, they were insisting me to change my name. Well, everyone in my office, my relatives knew me as Pushpa, and suddenly I was named as Mansi. And one still I remember when I resumed to office after my wedding, and after a few months, my email ID, everything has been changed to Mansi, and people were calling me as Pushpa. One fine day, the senior top management, senior general manager, he was asking someone, who is this Mansi? And the other person was laughing so much. She's Pushpa. She's our Pushpa. She's been there with us for so many years. She's not. She's been married now, and her name is Mansi. So this is our culture, and it's nowadays people don't follow it, but many years back it has been followed very rigorously, and people have been changing their name after marriage. Now, to answer your question, if I want to change my name, I would love to change it back to Pushpa, and I would love to be called as Pushpa because people have been knowing me, remember me as Pushpa. What is your opinion, Toastmaster Yogeshwari? Would you like to change your name after marriage? Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, table topic master of the day.
Thank you so much. Now I'm so grateful that I gave the right topic to the right person, and would love to listen to your culture, about your culture more, and about your story more, ma'am, in some other day. And to answer your question, that's a big story. Yes, I also should go through the kind of changing my name, probably not now, sometime later, but that will be a completely different speech, and I would love to invite you to all of that speeches as well. Now, moving to our final speaker, Toastmaster Anu, are you ready? Do we have Toastmaster Anu?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
yes.
Great. So your topic is?
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am, just a minute. I'll be back on the video.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay, your topic is what historical period would be the best to be born in and why? Imagine that you're not born now and you...
Historical?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. After
Yeah, I'm
historical...
explaining the topic. What historical period would be the best to be born in and why? Imagine you are not born now and God is giving you an option to be born in any different period that you wanted to be born. Which one would you choose and why? Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, Toastmaster and everybody. Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes,
You're
yes.
audible.
Yes. In history, there have been many, many different events. The favorite event of mine would be, the most remembered event or memorable event would be that of Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. The reason why he was a great, profound leader and an excellent administrator who led his subjects, his people, in a very brilliant way. He used to use good tactics. At the same time, he didn't discriminate between different religions, and he was also smart enough how to defend himself, how to save himself. There was an example uh, when a Muslim leader, Afzal Khan, he just planned to kill him, but Shivaji, using his tactics and a bodyguard, uh, defended himself with a very few power. And Afzal Khan had lakhs of soldiers. Shivaji had just hundreds of 300, about 300 of soldiers, but he still defended himself and saved himself from the clutches. Not only that, he also killed Afzal Khan. So I think we could learn a lot of things from Shivaji even today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anu. And with this, I would like to conclude my session, thanking each and every speaker for this fabulous time and making my day today. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much for an astonishing table topic section, table topic master, Toastmaster Yogeshwari. A big round of applause. Can we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Yogeshwari? Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, having said that, let's move to the most awaited segment of any Toastmasters meeting, that is evaluation session. Remember, in the evaluation session, we don't evaluate, but we elevate. So with this, to evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Satya, we have Toastmaster Yogeshwari, the evaluator. Toastmaster Yogeshwari, the virtual stage is yours to evaluate the first speaker. Toastmaster Yogeshwari, you're on mute.
Yeah. So thank you so much once again, Madam Toastmaster of the day. I think general evaluator have to call me. So is that okay? Can I go ahead?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you once again and good evening. Whether Popeye on the boat as a sailor or Popeye on the podium as a speaker, he is the hero of the show. So are you, my dear target speaker, Toastmaster Satyanarayan. What an intriguing title, Popeye on the podium. I preferably want to speak about three brilliant things that I observed in your speech. You started with high energy and subtle humor. Especially the humor that I wanted to point out is when you mentioned about your friend who had a stammering tongue, which you explained it with such a stammering problem. So that was amazing. Number two, you interacted with the audience through a fabulous question. You asked them,
You're disconnected, I believe.
of people wanted to answer, and one of the Toastmaster answered as her name is Olivia, or yeah, Olive, which reminded my childhood as well. Number three is your stage choreography. You did a role play and a voice modulation when you mentioned about how your college mates taught you on how to rag freshers and to bunk classes. Just because you are such a phenomenal speaker, I would love to listen to the same speech in an upgraded version, if there is one. And I would love to give you these pointers so that you can add on to improve the speech. Number one, your stage presence and eye contact. When I say about stage presence and eye contact, just because you are looking at the lens, you are using your mobile in a horizontal mode and the lens is at one corner, I would want you to record a speech in the same position and look at your recording so that you will understand what is the right position and what is the right angle to look at the lens. Because right now, when I looked at your speech, I was able to understand that the lens is at one corner of the phone and you were trying to direct yourself towards that corner. Number two is the transition between Papa's story and the college speech that you gave. I somehow felt that this transition could have been little better. I felt that two stories are abrupt. One story started after the other. Number three is it could have been great if you would have stressed on the explanation of why you preferred to have Papoy on the podium. But overall, your speech was fabulous. If you could add the stage presence and the transition properly, your speech would be great. Back to you, Madam General.
Thank you for that sensational evaluation, Toastmaster Yogi. Now I call upon the second evaluator of Speaker Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya. The second evaluator is none other than our charismatic President Toastmaster Surya, who is the founder of Sunsden Premium Mastermind, and he's running a lot of trainings, workshops. He's a twice TEDx speaker, a great public speaker who is going to give his international speech tomorrow in the district level and is going to bring the trophy for us. And a hearty welcome to you, Dr. Surya. Over to you to evaluate Toastmaster Partha Bhattacharya.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Whenever we move forward, whenever we move backward, whether it's the present, whether it's the past, whether it's the future, the one thing that stays common is we all turn back. And that was how Toastmaster Partha said. Three things I absolutely love in this speech. The first was his beginning and the tinge of humor. The way he crafted his role play, the way he played all the definitive characters as and when he portrayed through his Toastmasters journey, he wonderfully depicted it. That was wonderfully done. Number two, kind of authoritative way in which he structured his entire speech. It was all about role play. It was all about lessons. It was all about crafting how every single stage has helped him become better time and again. And finally, every single path breaker obviously brings up elements of nostalgia. When you went on talking about me, the fellow members, I'm sure each and every one of us felt that kind of a unique connection. Absolutely sensational. Now, when you look at a speech which is obviously a path breaker, I have to highlight a few add-ons considering you want to take up a next project and you want to make yourself even better. The
We seem to have lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost.
He's back.
I'm audible?
Voice is breaking, but yeah.
Breaking voice.
Yeah.
Okay, just wait. Now is it a little better?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. So if you can work upon a few more things, would be top three recommendations to you, Toastmaster Partha. The first would be modulating your voice. Yes, your voice was very, very authoritative, but right throughout the authoritative voice doesn't really work. I was expecting a little bit of voice modulation, maybe softening your voice every now and then. The second thing was blurring the stage background. I was expecting that you will have a clear background so that your hands won't be chopped off as you were speaking and presenting the role play. And finally, because this is a path breaker, I was expecting a little more structure in your speech. With structure, I mean every single time you're sharing a story, what are the different lessons that you can elucidate through the story? So if you can incorporate these sessions, Toastmaster part, of course, you finish your path breaker, but you got a great journey ahead. A little extra kudos to you on the sensational stage choreography. Extra kudos to you on the improved, massively.
We lost him.
Yeah, that's over, I think. Can continue.
And being
Can't be heard. Dr. Surya. Can't be heard.
that would be thank you back with Madam General Evaluator. Apologies, the technical glitch.
Surya, can you repeat your last thought?
Yes, Toastmaster Partha, I've already sent you a written account of my work.
Okay.
You can go through that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Surya. And now I hand over to Toastmaster Mansi before she hands over back to me.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. I think I would love your evaluation session. I would request you to evaluate overall session and then kindly hand over the stage to me for ending my role as CMOD. So help me in welcoming our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Uma. Over to you, Toastmaster Uma.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mansi. What a wonderful session it was about planting a seed. The theme kept us alive throughout for us to grow in Toastmasters. So now let me call upon my tag team before I continue with my evaluation. Here now, first I call upon Toastmaster Nitya to give her timer report. Over to you, Toastmaster Nitya.
Thank you, ma'am. Just a second. So this is the report that I came up with. From whatever it appears to be, I don't think anybody gets to be disqualified. I think Yogeshwari ma'am was on dot for the evaluation speech alone. Other than that, everyone seems to have stuck to the time limit. So this is the overall report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitya. That was a wonderful report. Being a newcomer, you have done a great job. In spite of the technical glitches, you have made it. Thank you for that. And now let me call upon Toastmaster Rajeshwari to give the R counter report. She has taken 2 roles today on her own as both the R counter and grammarian were not available, and a very big applause to her for that. Over to you, Toastmaster Rajeshwari, for your R counter and grammarian report.
Yeah, first I would tell about the counter report. Uh, Marvelous Mansi and Yogi, Toastmaster Yogi, both of them had never had any ahs or ums or any kind of repetitions. Kudos to you. And coming back to other Toastmasters, Toastmaster GE, Uma ma'am had 2 hours. Then we had Toastmaster Ranvijay Singh, 2 hours. Nitya, 2 hours. And then Toastmaster Satyanarayana, 2 hours. And Toastmaster Partha, 4 hours. And Anubi, 5 hours. Then we had Shahul Hamid, who repeated, it so happened some 2 times and but 2 times. Then we have the next report, that is grammarian report. Grammarian report, our Toastmaster Mansi, the TMOD of the day, had a wonderful theme, planting seeds, and the analogy, not only the real planting seeds, but the analogy, planting seeds, that is the ideas or values, everything comes there. So it's a wonderful theme. The theme itself is wonderful. So grammatically, the analogy, I can say. Then TM Satya, he had I think a purposeful change of accent where I was just confused about that, and the humorous touch he gave to that. Life is a journey. He used the quote, "Who is with you matters." Then Toastmaster Partha, he used the word synchronization. Some repetition of I word was there. Then he used the that. Then you have the but. He had repeated but 4 times. Break the barriers was a beautiful word which was used by him. The ABC of publicity and active listening. These were the threes, power of threes, which he had used. Uma ma'am had used uh, some beautiful words and also using and frequently somewhere in the in the table topic. Ranvijay Singh had used the quote "I'm possible" and "impossible" to "am possible." So that was my grammarian report. Everybody has some or other mistakes. We are all improving. Now coming back to myself, the grammarian report and the our counter report, I had also used "and" twice and once. So that's about my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful report as R counter and grammarian. In spite of the last minute hitch, you could take it and do it. Kudos to you for that. And whenever you're telling about the grammarian mistakes, one suggestion, you can just say this one of the Toastmasters did a mistake like this instead of mentioning the name. That will be better. Otherwise, it was a great job. Keep it up. So let me come to the main evaluation. First of all, kudos to Speak Magic Club for having completed the meeting on time. The meeting started on time, dot at 6 p.m. by Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Rajeshwari. She gave the ground rules of Toastmasters, welcomed everyone, and handed over to the President, Toastmaster Surya. Toastmaster Surya welcomed everyone and made a few announcements about the ISC and table topic district level contest, which is going to happen tomorrow. We wish Toastmaster Surya and Toastmaster Yogi all the very best. The pathway level completions were announced and uploaded. 2 DTMs are in the making. All such wonderful news were given. Then the guest introduction was done. Toastmaster Geetanjali, Toastmaster Ranvijay Singh, and guest Shilpa introduced themselves. Toastmaster Nitya welcome. She was welcomed as the new Toastmaster. The session was handed over to our sensational speaker, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mansi. What a wonderful theme we had about planting a seed. She took over the session at 6:09. She interacted with the audience and found out about the meaning of planting a seed, how a seed grows, and wonderful insights about that was given. There was an interaction with the audience. What we give, only we get back. Whatever grows will grow, whatever soars will soar was a wonderful video. We all were dancing and to the lilting tunes of that video. That was really wonderful. I would like to have a clipping of that video too. Thank you for that wonderful session, TMOD. And TMOD handed over to me as the GE, and the GE explained her role and introduced her tag team. In spite of the technical glitches, timer Nitya managed to join and did a great job. Just a suggestion, instead of keeping the screen throughout, it can be shown at frequent intervals if possible. Otherwise, you did a great job. Toastmaster Rajeshwari did a great job as our counter. She took up the roles in the last minute. Kudos for the same. As grammarian also, she has done a wonderful role. Thank you for that. So that is teamwork. Now coming to the tag team, everyone has done well. Coming to the speakers, Toastmaster Satya did a great job by telling who is with you in the journey matters. That was a wonderful speech evaluated by Toastmaster Yogi in an apt way. She gave apt suggestions to take the speaker to the next level. Toastmaster Partha also reflected on his pathway, beautifully explaining about all the levels, and that Toastmasters transformed him as a person. And in spite of the technical glitches, both the evaluators did a great job by giving wonderful suggestions to the speakers. Now coming to the TTM, that is the table topic master, Toastmaster Yogi explained her role, time, and very aptly gave the first topic to a senior Toastmaster. I enjoyed all the topics. Almost 6 to 7 people were given the chance, and all were really crazy topics, and all the speakers did a great job by answering them very well. She took over at 6:50 and completed at 7:20. Then the evaluations were done aptly by Toastmaster Yogi and Toastmaster Surya, and suggestions were given for improvement. And now I have come to give my general evaluation. So overall, the meeting went on very well. It was well attended by today by almost 15 people, though we have got less audience now. It was well attended, and kudos for having completed the meeting on time. I don't have any suggestions. As always, the meeting was enthralling, and more so today by our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mansi, who made it very interesting. I would just like to add that the seed is like a relationship which is sown, which has to be watered, nurtured, and only then the relationship grows. I just wanted to say that to resonate with the theme. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Uma Natraj, and the tag team for that detailed evaluation for speakers and overall evaluation. As we all know that evaluation is not an easy task, but thanks to each member of the evaluation session for doing their respective roles so beautifully. Now, as we are coming towards the end of the meeting and end of my role as serving as Toastmaster of the day, going back to the theme, planting seeds. This concept can be applied to all areas in our life, whether it is money, business, the people around us, or ourselves. When you invest, you are planting a seed. When you plant a financial seed, the seed is watered by someone. Sorry. The seed is watered by someone who can use that money to make more money. You not only see a return on your initial investment, you see a profit. It is a multiplying effect. If you can understand, apply this concept, imagine the great things you can do. It could be as simple as a smile that waters an already existing seed of happiness and joy. I would like to conclude by saying, start planting seeds of knowledge, kindness, happiness, joy, and so on. So that it will multiple and benefit over a period of time. On this note, a big thanks to all of you for being here today and making this meeting a success. It is time for me to take a bid off as a TMOD and be back as back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Surya Dev. Thank you so much, and stage is yours, Dr. Surya Dev.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Mansi, our magical general evaluator, and all the phenomenal participants of this particular meeting. Okay, so I'm back. The power is back. Unfortunately, for due to our unavailability of our VPPR, we are temporarily putting a pause on the voting. Okay, so we are not going to be having any voting as of now. Sincere apologies for that. But what a sensational meeting we had. I think we really enjoyed every single thing that happened in this particular meeting. So a couple of very important news before we wind up. The first is we will be having our elections. We will be having our elections on the 11th of June. The elections for the upcoming term. So I will be, I think I will only be the election officer for this particular election chair for this particular term. And I will be sending a mail to all the members. That is a day that has to be marked properly so that we are all there in the elections. That attendance has to be for a maximum of 75% according to the Toastmasters norms. Please nominate yourself for the respective roles that are there. Everything will be detailed out in the mail itself, so you can just go through. That's first news. The second news is tomorrow is the district international speech contest and the table topics contest. For those of you who are available, please do register. I think you all must have received a mail. In case if you haven't, we will be putting the mail in the registration link in the Speak Magic group. So please do make sure that you are signing up and of course being there to support us. Number 3 will be next week we will be having the next Saturday, we will be having a very, very special meeting. Contribute to the club. So requesting everybody to really participate and play full out. A lot of important news to be shared in the upcoming week. 18th June, most probably we will be having a joint meeting. Okay, so more news on that in the upcoming week. So that's pretty much about all about the entire this particular meeting. Congratulations to everyone for those of you who participated in making this meeting super fruitful. And with that, I officially close our meeting number 181. Regarding the guest introductions, I think most of the guests have left. So yeah, for all the others, I think we have quite a new set of members as well with us. We're hoping that they're going to be participating full out as well. Tomorrow, we are having a meeting with Sprouts. I mean, Sprouts is having a meeting. Delhi Junction is having a meeting. So please do join those meetings as well. I think one is between 5 to 7, one is between 6 to 8. So tomorrow, I think I'll be giving a speech there, my final DTM speech. So please do be there. Okay, perfect. So that's pretty much it. I would request all the XCOM members to kindly stay back. And all the others, we will see you in the next week. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a phenomenal weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, for some reason, I'm not able to stop the live streaming. So whoever is the host, can you just click on that